Hello and welcome to Opinions Plus. This is a relatively short clip. I've been off the radio waves here for quite a while, and it's due primarily to the fact that I got hit with a diagnosis of diabetes. And many people who have had diabetes. It's one of the more prevalent diseases in America today. Um, and some people get it when they're younger. Some people get it, like me, and as they get older, not really knowing why. I mean, it's not like I focused on sugar pops all the time, but and some there's genetic issues. I talked to a gentleman yesterday. His father, his brother, himself, all got diabetes at the age of 39. 39. This is an unusual disease. It affects all types of parts of your body. It's not just one thing. There's just different aspects of the disease. The pancreas doesn't produce enough insulin. The cells do not absorb the glucose properly, and drugs are used to help get the body back in absorbing it and keeping the levels in the blood proper. Especially if they go too low, which can, cause all kinds of issues. And there's a goal, a pattern, or a range that you try to maintain. 90 to 130 is my range, whatever that means exactly. But that seems to be, you're not going to get symptoms, like flushing skin and dizziness and a variety of things. If it goes too high, you can also have to go to the ER and all that. So it's quite a significant disease, and I had to get my head around it. But one of the things that the reason I'm talking about this is not that oh wow, I got diabetes, but it's a difficult thing to transition to. The drug itself, the first drug you take, from what I understand, is metformin, which helps the cells absorb the glucose and start working that system better. And, you may not have to go on insulin if the metformin works. So that's what I'm on. But boy, does it impact you. It's got side effects. And they're not pleasant by any means. And the idea is you have to get to a certain level, to live with this thing for a while. And so you have a baseline. But for me, and different people react differently to the drug as everything else. So it has been hard. And it messes around with your appetite. You don't want to eat. You don't want to do anything. I mean, it's difficult. So it's a warning type thing, this clip. Not only that, work to avoid it if you can. I thought I was, but, maybe you just have to do more. I don't think there's an easy way of balancing it, but, if you can, eat right, eat healthy, do the things you have to do to try to avoid this disease. And I'm not in the worst case scenario by any means, but I can see that you have a lifestyle change to accept, and that isn't easy. It's not easy to do. Not for me. Some people, I guess it's fine, but for me, it's very difficult. And it's not just that I can't eat bread or, whatever. I mean, you have to work the carbs along with the medication. It's like a balancing act. So it's not just sitting down to dinner and having whatever. Well, how do you feel today? Do you want something to eat? Do you want this? You want that? And right now, I don't want anything. But I think that's the meds. And it was quite severe, the reactions initially. So it's getting better. We'll see how that goes. But that's just a precautionary or a warning to information for people who may be addressing this in the future. But it's also an effort to recognize the psychological aspects of diabetes in people. I remember a story years back when I was, 16, 17. I went to this little dinner with my father and this gentleman who was sitting across the table at the end of the dinner. That it was around Christmas, and I had this bowl of chocolate-covered Santas, the marshmallow things wrapped in aluminum foil. And after the meal, he was popping those things like gangbusters, and it was quite a surprise because they don't taste that good, number one. But anyway, he was popping them along, and his wife, who had been out socializing, came back to the table and started talking, how people do. And she goes, "Oh, remember you have a doctor's appointment tomorrow?" And he says, "Yeah, I know." And she goes, "You got to watch your sugar. You got insulin and all that, or you got diabetes. You know that." And and he goes, "Oh yeah." And I was sitting there kind of amazed at how many of these little things, because I didn't know he had diabetes. And then when she said that, it just like, wow, it just hit me. And I said, "Wow, you got diabetes? You've been eating, all those chocolate-covered Santas?" And she goes, "You've been doing what?" So I started a thing there, but didn't intend it. It was just, reaction. And then he says, "Well, that's okay. The doctor's not going to know." And I thought, and that story stuck with me, that the doctor's not going to know. Well, the doctor should know. It's not you cover these things up and pretend. You face the reality of what it is as best you can. There's going to be times when you cover things up because, you just get an emotional thing and, you're tired of doing it and you're going to eat your pizza or whatever and damn the world. But you have to be careful. Careful of the psychological issues, the physiological issues. My uncle died of diabetes, had a terrible situation. I remember as a kid seeing him in the hospital before his death. Terrible way to go, as most death is, but this is a tragic thing. So take care of yourselves. Try to eat the best you can, exercise, do all that stuff, I thought I was, but, you just don't know. So is it permanent? Can it go away? Well, I'm looking at it as that it won't be permanent, and especially getting off this metformin, which, man, the side effects, they are not easy to take. So be aware, keep hope alive, just continue to do what needs to be done. But I wanted to elevate or raise the awareness in my little world of concerns for this disease. And I don't think about it, and you don't think about a lot of things. Like I didn't think about cancer too much until I got it. And I don't know if one thing leads to another, because I had cancer, now stroke, and now diabetes. What's next, So, but listen to your docs. Make those decisions based on information, not just shove a bunch of chocolate-covered marshmallow Santas in your mouth and enjoy the rarity of the sweet taste. But think about it. Appreciate the time, appreciate the viewership. If you like what you hear, please subscribe, and I'll try to get more clips on, but I was a little under the weather for a while there. So thank you very much. All the best. Take care. I have another clip coming on soon. Bye for now. Take care.